When I started speech class, I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what to expect, and I thought that I was going to do everything wrong and that I was scared that people would make fun of me. Today, I'm going to talk about my strengths and my weaknesses in speech and things that I can do to improve. The first speech that I'm going to talk about is my informative speech. This was our first real speech, and I was extremely nervous to give it. I felt very confident in my information, but I'd never given a speech before. One of my biggest weaknesses from this speech was getting so nervous. I felt like there were times in my speech that you could tell that I was nervous. I started to sway, and I also started to put my hands behind my back. I also have a hard time staying focused. Sometimes I get so nervous that I start to forget my information, and I will say things at the wrong time. Another one of my weaknesses is not acknowledging my visual aid. I have my visual aid on the screen, but I get so nervous to stop and talk about it because I feel like that I will lose my focus and forget what I need to pick back up on. My strengths from this speech are pretty easy to point out. I feel like once I actually start my speech, I calm down, and once I get in the groove of speaking, it starts to flow. Next, I'm going to talk about my commemorative speech. I really enjoyed giving this speech, and I felt a lot better after this speech than I did about my informative speech. I really got into the topic, and I enjoyed learning about my organization. I got excited to share the information with my audience. My biggest strength in this speech was slowing down. I started to try to pause between my sentences to give myself a second to breathe. This helped me tremendously. I felt calmer when speaking, and my weaknesses in this speech would still be swaying and holding my hands behind my back. For some reason, I feel like I need to have something in my hands. Another thing that I tried to do in this speech that helped me was to think of it like an essay. I tried to lay it out in my head like I was talking about my English paper. This too helped me stay focused and organize my thoughts in my head. Between these two speeches, I feel like I improved a lot with my nervousness. I kept getting extremely nervous to talk in front of people, and I struggled with the thought of doing it wrong. I could tell a big difference in my confidence between these two speeches. Overall, I think that I've improved tremendously. There are still some places that need improvement, like swaying and holding my hands behind my back. I feel like I improved with trying to stay calm. I tried different ways of trying to keep my thoughts together to help me stay on track. To help me speaking, I will try to find time to explore topics and put together little speeches to help me stay in the groove of speaking. If I keep doing little presentations like these for my family, it'll help me in my future tremendously.